We're in the garden today, checking out our coneflowers, doing a little scouting. So the coneflowers are blooming, starting to bloom. We've got a nice bed of them here. Coneflowers have become very popular. They're a native plant. They bring in pollinators and butterflies, so people really like having them in the garden. They're a fairly tough plant too, and they're pretty disease and pest resistant to most things, but one thing that they do get is this deformed cone. You can see it's got this green, almost funky growth on it, whereas the cone should look like this. Well, this is caused by a mite, a small mite feeding on the cone. And as they feed on it, it distorts the growth of the cone. And you can see this one has it too. This one you can see it quite well. So the mite is very tiny. You can't see it even with a hand lens. And it's basically just affects purple coneflowers. So it's actually called the Coneflower Rosette Mite. It's pretty simple to take care of. Basically, you snip these flowers off, and if you snip them when they're blooming, you can take them inside and enjoy them and then throw them away. Or you have to do a good cleanup in the fall when everything's done blooming, or later in the summer. I like to go through and clip them as I see them. It's easier to tell when you can look at this rather than the plants later on. I also like to leave my coneflowers up in the fall because the birds, especially goldfinches, love the seeds. So I will come through with scissors later on tonight and clip out all the ones that look like they have the damage, and you just clean them up that way. You don't have to use pesticides. The other thing that the mites do is they do reduce the number of seeds on your coneflowers. They don't basically hurt the plant. Other than that, they can just be aesthetically troubling. One other thing to keep an eye out for is if you do see other weird growths on your flowers, there is a disease called aster yellows. It will actually make the flower turn kind of a yellowish green, and they will send out some of that distorted growth also. All right, well, enjoy your coneflowers. It's a beautiful sunny day in the garden.